Hi everybody, and welcome to Chelsea Groton Bank's Facebook video. Today we are talking about how to fill out a deposit slip. And so we've been talking about how to do things at the bank this week. On Monday we talked about how to read a bank statement. On Tuesday we talked about how to write a check. And today we're going to talk about how to fill out a deposit slip. So if you go to the bank to make a deposit, there could be two types of slips that you might have. If you have a checking account and you have had checks made for that account, you might have a deposit slip that looks like this. But if you don't have that, if you didn't ever have any checks printed, the bank has some deposit slips at the bank that look like this. So they're very similar in what you would do with them. So let's talk about this one first. Usually checking deposit slips are found at the bank at the back of your checkbook. So the checks are in the front and the deposit slips are in the back. If they're pre-printed, they already have your information on them. So they would have your name and address up here, and they would have your account number printed on them down here. If you do not have that, or if you're depositing to your savings account, you might need to get a deposit slip at the bank, and it would look like this. And so it does not have any of that information pre-printed on it. So up here, you would choose whether it's going to check savings or checking or a retirement fund. And then if it's going to a retirement fund, you would pick the current year or prior year, okay? And then you would put a date. And this slip also has a space for the date. It is the top line. So then after that, at the slip found at the bank, you're going to write your name and your account number. Now, if you show up at the bank without this slip, which has your pre-printed number on it, you may not know offhand your account number, and that's fine. If you're in person, the staff behind the counter should be able to help you with that, as long as you have a driver's license or some other form of acceptable identification. So if you get up there and you don't know what your account number is, it happens all of the time. I do it when I'm at work. If I need to make a deposit and I just don't have my checkbook with me, then they will be able to help you at the counter with that information. So let's get some of this filled out. So we're going to use this slip right here. So the first thing you're going to do is write the date. So today is November the 18th. So you would write 11, 18, and 2020. Okay, so the year is 2020. And it's really important that because the first two numbers are the same as the last two numbers this year, that you're writing the whole number. And it's really important that you're getting the correct date, just so this doesn't accidentally get filed with the wrong day or something like that. Okay, so you're going to write today's correct date on it. Almost all bank locations will have a date for you to be able to look, whether it's digital or it's cubes or whatever it is. Somebody will be able to tell you what today's date is. And then underneath it, there is another line, and there is not that on this deposit slip, okay? But they would just have you sign it somewhere else. So underneath here, there is another line that you would sign if you want less cash back, meaning that you're going to deposit a check, but you don't want to deposit the whole amount. You want to receive some cash back. So the reason that is that we want to make sure that you have said, yes, you're agreeing to get cash back. So if I want to get some cash back, I'm going to sign right there. Okay. And again, like we talked about with checks, it's going to be your signature and not a printed name. Okay, so again, if you don't ever sign anything else, you need to come up, if you're not ever going to learn cursive, at least come up with a signature that is going to be a little bit harder to copy than printed lettering. Okay. All right. So down here on the bottom is, again, the routing number for the bank, and then your account number would be pre-printed on this one. All right. So on this one, it would be the same. So if I was going to do checking, I would check the checking box. I would say today is 11/18/2020. It has the 20 there for me, so I am only writing the other 20. I am going to print my name on this one so that they can make sure to be able to read it. And then if I know my account number, I'm going to write that. And if I don't, I'm going to have a driver's license or some other identification ready when I walk up to the counter so that they can look it up for me. Okay, so we filled that in. Okay, and then on both of these, they have a line for cash. So in your deposit, if you have cash, that's what you would put there. So if I had $10 in cash, I would write that on this one. I would write that on this one. $10 in cash. So on this one, they've got the decimal period here for you. So you're writing only the 10 and the 00. Okay. And on this one, there's a line in between the whole number and then the change. All right. Then underneath it, any checks that we might have. So if we had a check for $200, we would write that right there. Okay. Now, there's a line over here, and this line is to write the check number on it. So if it's check number 98 for $200, okay? All right, everybody's with me? So I'm going to do the same thing here, $200. There's no line for my check number, except, well, I would write it down here, okay? But I only have the one, so I'm going to write that here. If you're making a deposit and you have a lot of checks, so say for Christmas or the holidays, you got a bunch of checks as gifts. There on the back of this one is room to write more checks. So, but today we're only doing a $10 cash and a $200 check, all right? And then, so if we had more, there is a line here for the subtotal from the back. So if you total up the whole back, you can put that there. We're not doing that today. Then we have, do I want less cash received? Okay, so I'm putting in cash of $10, but just for the sake of showing everybody how to do it, I'm going to say I want $20 cash back, okay? All right. So then I would write $20 cash back here. I would make sure that I signed over here, all right? So then I would write my subtotal right above that. So that's $210, and then $20 less cash back. And then underneath that, I would take the $210 and I would subtract out the $20. So then I would be depositing $190. Okay. So I've got my $210, which is the total of the cash I'm depositing plus my $200 check, $210. I want $20 less cash, meaning I want $20 in cash in my hand when I leave. And so I'm depositing $190. Okay. So I would give them this deposit ticket plus the cash plus the checks, and then they would take care of that for me. It is the same deal here, right? So we have, again, $210, right, is our total of these two. Less cash returned, so we would say We want $20 in our hand and cash back when we leave. And our net deposit, meaning the total amount that is going to go into our account, is $190. Okay, so again, you would give them this deposit ticket plus the check for $200 plus the cash for $10. Okay, and you would just hand that over and they would take care of that for you. So we hope this has been helpful, and next time you go to the bank, you will know what to do. Have a great day. Bye-bye.